Hey, what's up, guys? Man, it's been a while. I haven't made a video like this in a long time, but it feels so good to be back. I hope all of you have been doing well. I know Christmas is coming around the corner. Maybe you guys might be grateful for this, but I wanted to give you some real advice because I've just been thinking back about when I first started doing all this stuff, when I first started working out, when I first started trying to make my life better. And I was just thinking about what got me to the point I'm at. Because I'm actually at a point where I'm starting to feel like all the work I put in is actually starting to pay off. My physique is getting like more jacked. I'm getting really fit. My mental health is amazing. I'm actually starting a business that's like a proper business that's like registered and like everything is going smoothly, I guess you could say. Not necessarily because life always has challenges, life always has problems, but I'm just seeing these benefits. I'm seeing these benefits of these things that I started doing 3 years ago almost. Actually, I was going to say 2 years, but it's been almost 3 years since I started this whole entire process. And I realized that the biggest thing that got me to this point, which, as I said, I didn't say, but I have so much more to go. There's still oh my God, I'll look back at this in a few years, 5 years, 10 years, and I'll be like, I was so idiotic. I was so stupid. But at the same time, I'll be like, oh, well, those were the good old days, right? I was all young. I was starting all this stuff, but I'll be like, I knew nothing. But now I'm at this point, right, where this work I was doing 2 years ago, starting to read books, getting into these things, no one was telling me to do this stuff. And I bet you no one's telling you to do this stuff either. The reason you do this is because you want to improve your life. You want your life to be better, right? We all do. That's why we do this. That's why we hit the gym when no one tells us to. That's why we get up at 5 a.m. every day, right? That's why we read books. That's why we go out there and talk to people to make our social skills better. Because we know it's going to impact us in the future. We're taking the hard work now. We're doing the things that are hard now. We're doing the things we don't like to do now. We're doing the things that are uncomfortable to do because we know there's something later on that's going to be well worth what we're doing now. That's going to be 10 times better than the small amount of pain that we have to go through right now. And when I first started this stuff, I didn't know. I was just clueless. I was just this kid. I had been told by a few people online that read books, do this stuff. So I was like, okay. One thing led to another. Got into the gym, started working out. I had always been fat my whole life, as some of you guys know. Not my entire life, but like from around the ages of, but I would say about 10 to 13, maybe even earlier, like 7 or 8 to 13, something like that. I was always really overweight. I was always bullied. And I'm not saying, if I'll feel bad for me, no, I'm not saying that at all. But I was always bullied. I was always made fun of. And I just started getting into the gym. I had seen no results for the longest time. Just little results, getting a bicep vein here and there and being like, oh, that's so awesome. But I didn't see any results. And I think nowadays, the problem with so many people, and the reason so many people are giving up on their goals, or being like, oh, this workout thing, this is all stupid, I shouldn't do this anyway, is because they try and go for quick results rather than foundational skills. Not even foundational skills, but just foundations to life. They try and get quick results. They see someone online, as I was talking about in my last video, they see someone like Fresh and Fit saying, go out there, cold approach girls, and you'll just have so many girls all around you. There might be a point for that. I mean, as I said, I don't really agree with those guys, but there might be a point for that. But everyone tries to jump for that. Everyone tries to skip all of this stuff and just go straight to the benefits. And that's why they fail. Because they try and skip all this foundational knowledge that you need. The knowledge of getting rejected. Guess what? You're going to go up to a bunch of girls and they're going to say no. But they don't tell you this stuff. So you need all these foundational skills. Otherwise, you can't get to the top. And I'm not saying I'm at the top either, right? Or anything like that. I don't think anyone is, because there's always room to get better. But you need to build your foundations first. So right now, if you're just starting this process, you're reading books, you're in the gym, you're putting your focus into something, you feel a bit more purpose and stuff, but you're going through these hard times and you're just like, I don't know if this is worth it. Like, I don't know if all this pain is worth it. I'm losing friends because I'm doing this stuff. I'm not playing video games anymore, so I'm losing all my friends who play video games. I'm not getting that much attraction from girls. Why? All these guys said I'm supposed to be getting attraction from girls. Why aren't I getting them? Because you're not at the point where you can get those girls yet. Which, again, girls aren't that important at all. They shouldn't be a focus in your life. They'll come. They're part of life. They'll come. But if you're young like me and you don't have girls around you, don't make it your primary focus. I know all the guys want to talk about lose your virginity, do all that. It's not as important as you think. It's not as good as you think, nor as important as you think. And I promise if you spend all your time like I used to, just focusing on that, the moment it happens, the moment you reach that goal, you realize it wasn't worth it. So, what's the purpose of this video? Why am I making this video? Because I want you to know that if you're going through those hard times, if you're building up those foundational skills, if you're currently getting rejected, having people tell you, why are you working out, bro? That's so stupid. Come on, this isn't going to work. This is just a phase. If you're going through that, because I went through that, when I first started working out, everyone told me, it's just a phase. You're just, oh, you'll get over this soon. And what's funny enough is I seen a video online. I think it was from like Bradley Martin or something, like one of these fitness guys, right? And he was talking about if you give this 6 months, it will change your life. And I just remember that was the first week of when I was working out. And I just remember thinking, I have to give this 6 months. I'm like, I'm not going to quit until I give this 6 months. And after that 6 months, I'll reevaluate. And I gave it 6 months, and it was 6 hard months. It was 6 months of going to school, trying to like do other things on the side, getting home, hitting the gym, trying to put in work, doing more work at home, and like literally just fucking staying up till 11 p.m. every night trying to do this stuff. It was a hard grind. I thought I could be playing video games right now. And I was still playing some video games and stuff back then, but like those are just the things I thought. I'd seemed so uncomfortable. Things felt so uncomfortable. Things felt so weird. I was just like, what is this process? I'm like, people are telling me I'm supposed to be confident right now. I'm supposed to be walking up to people and just being this charismatic guy because I watched a few YouTube videos on being more charismatic. I thought that was the problem. I thought I wasn't watching enough videos on how to be charismatic. I thought I wasn't watching enough videos on how to speak to people. But the problem was I just wasn't gaining foundational knowledge. I was trying to jump to the quick results. Now I eventually learned this, and that's why I was able to grow. But you need those moments where things are hard. You need those moments where, because that's what develops your character. That's what builds you as a person. When things are hard, when things aren't easy, when you want to quit but you don't, that's where you develop character. That's where you develop stories. Now I could have quit 2.5 years ago. When I first started, things are hard. I don't like this. I'm not going to read these books. I'm not going to read a book a week, whatever you want to do. I could have just been like, this is hard. I'll just play video games, do well enough in school, and things will work themselves out. I could have been like that. And I wouldn't be here today. Another little thing I want to touch on, and I'm sure I've touched on this in the past, is when something seems hard or uncomfortable, it doesn't mean don't do it. If anything, you should strive to do those uncomfortable things. And we all say this, oh yeah, I'm going to do those uncomfortable things. And guess what? When the time does come and something is uncomfortable, you pass it by. You don't do it. You quit. You give up. Because it's easy to say, it's fun to say, it's awesome to be like, yeah, I'm just going to start this business and make a bunch of money. And then guess what happens when it comes time to get it registered? Oh my God, there's registration fees. I have to fill out all this paperwork. Lawyers, accounting, I have to start doing all these things. And you're like, fuck, this guy online just said, oh, I can make 10K a month doing this thing quick. And now you're realizing that's not what it is. It's work. There's a reason you get paid for running businesses, because you're going through some type of struggle and you're solving some type of problem that no one's solved, or you're solving that same problem that other people have solved better. It's hard. And that's like the process I'm going through right now, is starting my business on the side, which you guys will be getting some updates on anytime I make videos. But it's hard. You gotta I've been going door to door, like literally selling this shit to people, like knocking on the door, like, hey, how's it going? It's hard, bro. You don't want to do that. It's winter right now. You think I want to go at 5 p.m.? It's fucking cold. Put on my coat and go knock on people's doors so they can tell me, no, I'm not interested? No, I don't want to do that shit. But guess what? I do it. And even if I get no's all day, I come back here with a smile on my face because I learned something. I learned that either my script was shit, my tonality was shit, something was shit about it, and I learn and I try and improve. And that's what you need. That's what building foundational skills looks like. It doesn't look easy. It looks fucking hard. You go to the gym, you get injured, things happen. You want to quit, you get sick for 2 weeks. That's what builds foundational skills. Because now I don't have a problem with going to the gym. I was just saying earlier that it's literally the best part of my day. Like, it's just my time to relax. Which is funny because for some people, it's the hardest point of their day. Which gives you some perspective on, like, the things you think are hard now, you in the future are not going to think are hard at all. The things I used to think are hard, that going to the gym, reading books, these things that I used to think are hard are like my breaks now. They're like my time off. Like, oh, I get to sit down and read a book today. That's awesome. That means I don't have a lot of work and I've been doing my work hard and productively throughout the week, so I get time to chill out, read a book. That comes. But right now, you think all the things you're doing are so hard. They're not. Someone else doesn't think those things are hard. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do them, because you're still building foundational knowledge. Think of a bridge. You don't want to build the base of a bridge. You want to get straight to building the bridge so that you can go across it. But without the foundation, without the pillars, without the support beams, without all the boring work that you have to put in, the moment you build that bridge, it will fall apart the moment there's weight on it. And that's what foundational knowledge is. It's the support beams. It's the things that hold you up. And it takes a long time to build those support beams. But once you build them and you lay down that concrete, the bridge is easier than ever to go across, and it's easy to stay there. You're not going to fall. You're not going to quit, because you've built the foundations. You have discipline. You have the ability to get rejected. You have these skills. So my honest recommendation for you, if you're young and you want to know what can I do to improve my life, is to just try stuff and fail. Don't worry as much about these videos. Don't worry as much about following these 10 tips, quick tips, best business models, because you're going to fail anyway. So like, try stuff, come up with stuff, and fail. For me, one of the biggest things that helped me, sometimes people say like, how are you so I'm not that confident. Like, I'm a pretty awkward guy, I would say personally, but like, how do you speak so smoothly? You want to know what really got me to this point? Going up, and it sounds kind of funny, and I'm not trying to make a cold approach video, whatever, but going up to girls and getting rejected. And guess what? Rejection doesn't even, I used to have fun doing it, because I would go with my friends, and if some girl was like, oh, I have a boyfriend or something, we would just laugh. We'd be like, all right, yeah, no worries. You have a nice day and stuff. And we would just laugh about it. And we'd be like, dude, you went up to that girl and she was really hot. I know she said no, but like, hey, good shit. Like, that's what we would do. That's kind of how I built up my speaking skills. And then from there, I learned sales. And that's kind of like the next step to learn it. But I think the easiest way, if you want to learn side ramble, but if you want to learn sales and stuff, go up to girls. That's the easiest. If you want to learn how to like door-to-door sell over the phone, cold call and stuff. Because right now, I promise you, if I gave you a good product and put you in front of a phone, most of you guys wouldn't be able to sell it for shit. You would get on the phone and you'd be like, hello? Yeah, I have this product and it's really good. Would you like to buy it? Like, you would not exactly like that, but you wouldn't sound confident. You would be really nervous. Your heart would be racing. I mean, it happens. It's part of sales the first time you do a cold call or something. It's scary as fuck, right? But that's part of building the foundational knowledge. But I think the foundation to that is going up to girls. So don't necessarily think it's a waste of time to go cold approach girls. I know it's like focus on your work and stuff, but I personally think it benefits your work. I think it taught me a lot about taking rejection, about sometimes getting rejected, and then being able to like actually turn it around, which is kind of weird, right? So I'll give you a little example. 2.5 years ago when I first started like doing this whole cold approach, that wasn't when I started, but that's when I started getting serious with it. I'd gone up to a few girls in the gym and stuff like in the year prior, but that's when I was actually like, it was in the summertime and I was just spending days, every day. I would go out with this group of people. They weren't like a good group of people or something, but I would just go out with this group of people who were just like party guys, whatever, fuck around. And I would just go in this group, go to a festival or something until 2 a.m. I'd set a goal with them. I'd be like, all right, it's going to be 7 girls' numbers tonight. Then the next time, I'd be like, it's going to be 10. And then I'd be like, it's going to be 15. And I would just set these goals. I'd set these like milestones. And I wouldn't leave the festival till I got that many numbers. I would be like, yo. And I put a video in an old clip of us at the subway station just like waiting for the train and like showing how many numbers we got. We're like, all right, we got 10. I'm like, oh shit, I got 5.
Yo, your voice. Was a good night. Got 6 girls' numbers. I want to remember this shit.
Ari, bro.
Is it the Asian one?
The Asian
Oh,
shot.
she's bad.
Like, oh, that girl's kind of hot, you got it too. Like, this is just the stupid stuff we were doing back then. But that's what built up a lot of my confidence. That built up so much confidence because I swear I used to just tap out of it when I would go up to a girl. And that's the honest truth. As a bonus tip, is that all it takes is you going up. That's literally it. After that, your body takes over. You become more confident. Maybe not the first time. Like the first time I just went up and I was like, hey, can I get your number? That's literally all I said. And it worked. I got the girl's number. Now, I didn't end up going out with her or anything, and that's part of the process. You learn that too. But that's literally what I said the first time. And it worked because like most girls aren't used to that, right? And you just have to do that. You just have to eat shit. You just have to literally go out there, get no's for you to eventually get a yes. Now, I won't ramble too long. If you guys want to see like vlog style content, I think that'd be easier just with what I've been doing lately, been kind of busy and stuff. I guess busy's a bit of an excuse, but I haven't really been filming as much. And when I came on here, I wanted to come back with like a video that is really beneficial to you, and I think this one genuinely is. All of this shit was off the top. I didn't script this. I was just like, hey, you know what? I feel like giving some advice, and that's when I feel like the best videos come out. So I have mad respect for any of you who watch these, and I know for a fact you're going to be the most successful people out of anyone at your school, anyone at your work, because you're taking the time not to just sit down and watch these videos. That's why I'm trying my best to not give you guys like quick tips and stuff, which I think still works sometimes. But I'm trying my best to give you like this advice, like go out there and get foundational knowledge, like go out there and do this so that you can learn this, instead of being like, oh, just learn this and just learn this, because I want you guys to actually stick with this. I'm not here to just get views. If I was here to just get views, I'd be making videos on cold approach, how to lose your virginity. I would be making videos on all this stuff, and I'd be getting way more views. But I don't care about that because this isn't my business. I have a real business. So what this is for me to give you advice, for me to give the few people who watch this something where they can come to and actually learn something from all the bullshit that's online, from all the stupid people who are just trying to make money and sell you courses. Some guy, me, who's just genuinely doing this so that I can help you out. Because if I wasn't doing this to help you out, I would have a course in the description. It would be $297 to learn whatever. That is how you know that I wouldn't be in it. But I don't sell you anything. I could probably sell you something, but I don't sell you anything. I do this because I want to help you. So when I give you advice, know that it comes from the heart. It comes from me having been through this, having done this, and coming back to you and going, hey, this is what I learned, and this is how you can go through the same journey and hopefully feel less pain. leave comments, guys. That's honestly the best way. I'm just gonna give like a quick tip. If you want to see a video from me, leave comments, because if you leave a comment, it allows me to know what you really suffer with. Now, this is a broad topic, so I think all of you could benefit from this. But if you want me to talk about something specific, leave a comment. I reply to all nice comments. Maybe a mean one too, but I probably won't give you attention if you comment something mean, just to be real with you. Alright, anyways, it felt good talking to you guys again. It feels awesome to be back on camera, and hopefully I can make some more like vlog style content, whatever. I don't want to be a vlogger, but hopefully I can make some videos like that. I see a cool kind of future with that, like a type day in the life type video and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool, but you'll get to the point you want to get to, man. I promise. I promise that I used to, and you'll realize that it wasn't as good as you thought it was, but that's okay. Because 2 years ago, this was the point. Where I'm at right now was like, dude, if I can speak to girls confidently, have a YouTube channel that's like semi-successful, like make some friends and stuff, know some people who are like, who have money and like who run a business, and like this was it. This was for me, that I was like, my life will be everything I want then. And you get to that point, and now it's just like the milestones moved. Now I have other people that I look up to so much more, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally nothing. Like, I'm just a kid. I have to work so much harder. And you'll realize that, but that's just part of it, and that's not a problem. And eventually you will look back and you will see those days, and you will be like, I mean, I just seen a podcast with Jeff Bezos, and he was talking about the good old days are a fallacy, and I think that's kind of true. But like, you look back on those days and you be like, you know what? Those were good days. Those days where I was just messing up and I was learning, and those are the days you look back on and you smile on. Like when I see a photo of myself from 2 years ago, when I was training Muay Thai, and so I just smile. I just smile because I'm like, man. I'm like, you know what? He put in the work for me, and that's why I'm here. So I smile looking back at those days, just training MMA and, you know, trying to get rid of my phone addiction. And I just look back on those days with such a smile, and I look back and I'm like, oh my God, like, if I could talk to myself back then, I would let him know it's going to be all right. Because I was so worried all the time. And if I could just look back at myself just a few years back, I'd be like, dude, like, it's going to work out. Just keep putting in the work you're doing. Just keep working hard. Keep getting no's and continuing to work hard. Keep getting people to tell you you're doing stuff wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing this instead, and keep moving forward. And keep moving forward, and keep moving forward. Those nights where you cry alone in your bed, keep moving forward. You never give up. You keep pushing. You keep pushing. As Cameron Hanes says, you keep hammering. Because one day people are going to say, as Cameron Hanes says, it must be nice. Oh, it must be so nice to be where you're at. But they didn't see all the work you put in. And that's fine. Because you know all the work you put in. You know what it took to get to where you're at. Alright, love you guys. If it's night for you, have a nice night. If it's morning, have a good morning. And if it's Christmas, Merry Christmas. Alright, see you guys soon. Bye-bye.